Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers back in the Super Bowl after a few years out of it. They were in contention for the past few years, but couldn't make it past the NFC Championship. They finally did against the Detroit Lions last Sunday. Very happy for the team. The last time they made it was in 2019 with Jimmy Garoppolo as the starting quarterback. We did play the Chiefs like we are in the next week or two. We almost won the game, but we kind of choked near the end of the game where we had 10 points up in the lead and we did not close the deal. Hopefully Kyle Shanahan and company are ready 100%. We have a new quarterback. His name is Brock Purdy. Everybody hating on him outside of San Francisco. Have no reason why, but hey, it is what it is. You just got to deal with it. He's having a magnificent year. He had a magnificent playoff run. Game-winning drive against the Packers, being down 17 points, making a comeback. Very shocking for the 49ers because they don't really come back like that. They're usually up in the lead or they keep it close and can't close the deal. Luckily, the 49ers were able to erase that lead for the Lions, able to win that game. That's very good right there. A lot of excitement for the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I feel like everybody in America is rooting for the 49ers now over the Kansas City Chiefs because I guess everybody's tired of Kansas City winning all the time. That comes with the territory when you're winning all the time, like the Patriots back in the day. The Kansas City Chiefs, for them, looking at their situation, they can't be a dynasty of the 2020s, but they have to win this Super Bowl, in my opinion. They are currently not a dynasty yet. They have to repeat in some way, shape, and form. This is their perfect opportunity to do that. Hopefully the 49ers can stop them from that, but if the Kansas City Chiefs want to etch their stone in NFL history, they have to win this game, I believe, in order to maintain that awesome legacy that they already have for the past few years now, ever since Mahomes took over as the starting quarterback for the team. I'm just so excited, honestly, for both teams, the 49ers and the Chiefs. I mean, a lot of people do hate on the Chiefs, but hey, I like what they're doing. They have an awesome defense. Spags has done a really good job on constructing this defense even better than usual. This is the defense that can carry the Chiefs to a Super Bowl title, which they are doing so far. Patrick Mahomes, as much as the offense gets a lot of flack this year, and they had Kadarius Toney, their efficient offense, I would say. They have Isaiah Pacheco. He's just a beast. That's something that the 49ers have to look forward to in this Super Bowl. You also have Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce. Although he gets a lot of media attention, he's still a very good football player, and we saw that in the AFC Championship game against the Ravens. He was unstoppable in that one. Same Chiefs, better defense. Offense is a little worse, but still very good. When you have Andy Reid as your play caller, you can't go wrong at all if you're the Kansas City Chiefs or if you're a Chiefs fan. The 49ers, we have our own play caller. His name is Kyle Shanahan. 99.9% of the time, he's a genius, but there's a few times that he could just act bonkers and just be a terrible clock manager. I mean, it feels like Andy Reid early in his career in Philadelphia with Kyle Shanahan, and I'm hoping that he gets the demons out of his way and finally wins a Super Bowl. Fun fact for you guys, Kyle Shanahan in his coaching career so far has not been Andy Reid, whether in the regular season or in the postseason. Never yet as a 49ers head coach. Very disappointing, but I'm hoping that streak ends for the next week or two when they do meet up in Vegas. 49ers versus Chiefs, part 2. Been waiting for the past few years to get a rematch. I think this is the perfect time to do it. Brock Purdy, I think it's a big upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo. I always keep saying I love me some Jimmy G. A lot of you guys, I'm pretty sure, appreciate what he's done for San Francisco, but to have a guy, a big upgrade over him, to have Brock Purdy as the starting quarterback, that just makes a big difference right there. And you're seeing in the playoff run right here. The difference between this playoff run and the previous playoff run was Jimmy Garoppolo. He kind of turned the ball over a little too much, I would say. NFC Championship game against the Packers, he only threw the ball 8 times. That's how much Kyle Shanahan did not trust him at all. You look at Brock Purdy, he threw the ball a lot of times in the NFC Championship game against the Lions. That's how much trust and ability that Brock has as the quarterback for the 49ers. That's the biggest difference I could see right now in terms of both quarterbacks and these two Super Bowl bound teams in my eyes right now. The defense for the 49ers, it's not as good as last year with DeMeco Ryans. Steve Wilks, I mean, I do love me some Steve Wilks. I think he's a great leader. He does everything right, but I don't know, just something seems missing with this defense. I'm hoping that they don't get to that slow start like they did against the Lions in the NFC Championship game, because as much as the Lions let off in the second half, the Chiefs will not do that. They will always just keep going, turning it on 100%. I'm hoping that he has a good game plan for that. He said they're going to have a good game plan for the Chiefs. I don't know. I hope so, but hey, I'll stay cautiously optimistic about that. But our defense is very talented. I'd say it's even better than the 2019 team because all the guys that were on that team have even more experience, like Nick Bosa. He was a rookie at that time. Dre Greenlaw, I believe, was a rookie at that time too. Fred Warner is his first or second year in the NFL in 2019. Now they've been here for 4 or 5 years. It's been a big difference maker. I think that the experience is going to help a lot, and it could be a good learning experience after losing that Super Bowl in 2019. I'm hoping that Kyle Shanahan learns the things that they could have done better in that Super Bowl. Hopefully they can make improvements in towards that. But the one thing I'm concerned about the Chiefs for the 49ers is definitely the defense. The defense is looking really, really good. You have guys like Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie. These guys, they can get at you. They can get to the quarterback. They can cause turnovers. They can make big plays. Steve Spagnuolo, as I said, the defensive coordinator, he just knows how to turn it on in these playoff runs. He's done it for the Chiefs and also the Giants too. You got to remember, he was a defensive coordinator when he beat Tom Brady twice in those Super Bowls. The undefeated year in 2007 and also in 2011. He can make a big difference right there, and I'm hoping that the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, has a really good plan for him because you're going to need it big time. That's the one thing I'm actually more concerned than Mahomes is the defense. We'll see what that leads us to, but I'm very optimistic with the 49ers. Surprisingly, the Vegas odds had the 49ers at a 2.5-point favorite, which is a little surprising. I thought people were going to go for the Chiefs, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a gambler or anything like that. So, you can bet at your own risk, but I'd still love me the 49ers any day of the week. Another big story, side story, as I said, Taylor Swift. Yay! A lot of people have hate on her, but honestly, it's not really her fault. It's the NFL's fault. I'm pretty sure Taylor and Travis don't even want the attention that the NFL is giving them, but that's just with the territory when you're a famous superstar around the world and you're a great football player like Travis Kelce. You're just going to garner that attention right there. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy Super Bowl, and honestly, Usher performing this halftime show, people are going to forget about that and just talk about Taylor Swift all day. And do I blame them? No, not at all. But anyways, back to the game. I'm hoping that the 49ers can really exit their demons and finally win the big one because this team is just too talented to not win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I think they've been one of the best teams in the NFL all year long. They've been mostly consistent in terms of winning football games and playing really good football on offense and defense. They just got to close the deal, and I'm hoping that they do that. Jake Moody, another concern for the 49ers. He did miss a field goal in the Lions game, in the NFC Championship game. Got to be much better at that. If it comes down to a last-second field goal, oh man, everybody better be closing their eyes, opening their eyes at the same time, and just hope he makes the kick. Whether it's a 40-yard, 50-yard, 30-yard field goal, I just don't want anything like Tyler Bass in the Buffalo Bills where he had that wide right. That's just a nightmare scenario for me. I'd probably be heartbroken, honestly, if that came down to it. But hopefully it doesn't. The 49ers luckily have not had to come down to a last-second field goal. They've been able to close the deal for the most part and end the games when they needed to. That's just a concern for me personally. That's it, guys. Just want to talk about the 49ers and how proud I am of this team and what they've done all year long. Consistently great. A lot of ups and downs, but they made it all the way to the big game, hoping that they close the deal and everybody can win the Super Bowl if you're on the 49ers staff, players, anybody involved in this team. Please let me know what you guys think about the 49ers in their Super Bowl journey. If you're liking this team right now, please let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this per usual, like and subscribe. Be much appreciative. I hope to catch you guys up tomorrow on a Thursday or Friday. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your night. Go Niners all day.